Hi, I'm D. Hicks. Welcome back to the Hilt Academy YouTube channel. What is it that creates a team? We fell in love a while ago with the idea of team. Everything is team. Team this, team that. You're standing in line to catch a ferry and a bunch of you bunch together for 90 seconds and someone says, "Go team standing in line at the ferry." We've come to think that teams are really an amazing force of nature, and they are when they're actually a team. But calling something a team doesn't make it a team, any more than calling something a pumpkin makes it a pumpkin. Right, Donnie? Remember when you were a kid and your brothers used to call you Pumpkin, right? Hey, Pumpkin. Is that story even true?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I made that story up. But to call something a pumpkin doesn't turn it into a pumpkin, right? To call a group of people working at something a team does not make it a team. As much as we hope, as much as we try, it's not going to turn into a team. Well, why is that? Teams are not really natural things. Groups of people working together, all aligned, clear in one goal, trying to accomplish something amazing and unselfish in their approach, that's not very natural. Usually, what we want to do is just tell people to get out of our way and just do it ourselves, or better yet, just leave it undone. It's not necessary, it's too hard to do. What is it that makes a team? And why would we therefore use the word team accurately to describe a group of people? Well, if teams are not a natural thing, and if they come together under other circumstances, what are those circumstances? Well, there are three things that will set up a group of people to actually become a team. First thing, they need to be faced with a significant challenge. The challenge in front of them, the opportunity that they want to take advantage of, or the problem that they want to solve has to be significant. It has to be really worth it. And it has to be worth it to every person in that group that's going to eventually become a team. It must be important to them. In fact, so important to them that as individuals, they're all compelled by it. It has to happen. It has to be significant. The second thing is, on first glance, when faced with that problem, challenge, opportunity, everyone says, "Oh, that's impossible. That's impossible. We can't do that." So it needs to be significant, and it looks impossible when we first look at it. Well, it looks impossible because nobody's ever been able to do it before, or the opportunity is not right or ripe for us to make that actually happen. It's impossible. You got to be kidding me. And in fact, whenever you may talk to somebody about that thing, that significant thing that needs to be done, they're going to react by saying, "Oh, you crazy." Now, they're either going to react one of two ways with that statement. "You crazy, get away from me," and then they'll talk side-eye about you. Or they'll say, "You crazy, how can I get in on this?" Either way, this thing you're facing, this significant challenge that's important, must be accomplished, is impossible on its face. The third thing that sets it up so that a group of people will likely become a team is that thing needs to be resource challenged. Significant, impossible at first glance, and resource challenged. That means we don't have enough people to do this. That means we don't have enough time to do this. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough experience or technology or wisdom to do this. Maybe we don't even have enough courage to do it. This is resource challenged. So what creates a team? SIR. Significant, impossible at first glance, and resource challenged. This leads us to this basic idea. It's the work that makes the team. We don't gather together a bunch of people who are all-star performers in their arena and stack them all up and then point them out and say, "Go find something important to do," or accomplish difficult things. That's not how it works. There's a reason why nobody wants to watch all-star games in any sport, because you have a bunch of all-star players and you assume stacking them together is somehow going to make a great team. It doesn't. In fact, most high-performing teams are not made up of all-stars. They're made up of people who perform fairly well on their own, but perform phenomenally when they come together. Why? Because they're faced with a significant, impossible, and resource-challenged opportunity or need. And they're faced with something that simply must be accomplished. And therefore, when they come together, they are able to transcend their own selfishness and their own self-interest. That group of people becomes something that wasn't in existence before. and it accomplishes something great. So we don't call something a team. If it's not a team, call it a work group. That'll work. Don't call it a team. So if you're facing a significant challenge and it seems impossible, it seems even daunting to you, it's impossible to do. You've got to be kidding me. We can't do this. And you don't have the resources to do it, dive in. And that diving in will attract other people. You can even recruit other people who are as compelled by that significant challenge as you are, and get to work. It's the work that makes the team. So you're doing some pretty important work. If you identify a clear, compelling, significant, but seemingly impossible task or job that needs to be done, and talk about it, that in and of itself will bring people together. And then you have the beginnings, the makings of an amazing thing called a team. So let's be careful. Let's not call things teams when they're not teams. Calling it a team won't make it a team. Let's not call things pumpkins when they're not pumpkins, right? So here's the deal. I would like you to think about that a little bit. Are you facing any really incredible challenges that kind of keep you awake at night? Either because it's an amazing opportunity that is in front of you that others have not taken advantage of or have tried and failed, or because it's a need that you or a group of you or part of society must have met. Clearly describe what that is. Is it significant? Is it important? Is it impossible? We can't do this. This is impossible, but we have to do it. And is it resource challenged? That's the soil out of which teams always grow. So you're doing pretty important work. Keep it up. Create a team. It's the work that makes the team. Little reminder, you know how it works. If this is valuable for you, how about sharing it with somebody? There's actually a little share button right down there. You can go down a little arrow and share it. You can share it with a friend. Copy the link and send it off to a friend who you think might be in a situation where they're getting ready to put together a group of people and they want it to become a team. So you're doing some pretty important stuff here. Make sure that you spread it around a little bit. Subscribe if this is helpful to you. That way you'll get notification, especially if you hit that little bell, that it's time for the next one to come out. So, hey, thanks for hanging out for these 10 or 12 minutes, and glad you're here. You're doing good work. Keep it up. Here's to you.